welcome back to Mechanical Reign. I am Zach with the Storm Gaming Alliance, one of the editors, bringing you this brand new season of Mechanical Reign. For those of you who didn't see Season 1, which I suggest you do, this is a D&D 5th edition game, homebrewed in a sort of a post-apocalyptic world. There's some interstellar turmoil. We're talking high-tech stuff, big mechs, all sorts of crazy stuff. So definitely go back and check out Season 1 if you have not already. The beginning of Season 2 here is going to see a time skip, and I will let Mitch explain that. But before we get into all of that, let's have a reintroduction of our characters and a new character to add to the entourage. Let's start with Achilles.
Hi, I'm Rob, and I'm playing Achilles Crowfang.
Hi, I'm Jade, and I'm playing Isabel Simonsen.
Hi, I'm Pat, and I'll be playing Hajime Nomofuka.
Hi, I'm Ricky, and I'm playing Verna Ziert.
Hello, everyone. My name's Chris, and I'm playing Waylon Gradius.
And I am Mitch, and I am playing literally everybody else. I will be your GM for this campaign. And, continuation of last campaign. And the follow-up continuation of this one. For those of you that are just joining us, welcome to Season 2 of Mechanical Reign, Planetfall. Last season, if you guys remember, Hajime made a friend, and there was some combat going on. You found out that Blueberry was a sort of a war criminal.
Definitely a war criminal.
Yeah, you gotta let that go.
Nope.
Legally, I do not.
I mean, she got court-martialed and everything, so...
AWOL war criminal.
So, anyway, you guys had your final big confrontation with Alpha Squad. Both of those of your friends had been killed. You were able to sort of save Bunny by placing her into a Blackwood designed by the enemy. At the end of the season, you guys, finished your big combat, you had your big hero moments, and you found out that the planet was doomed. And from those news, some of you had your existential crises. I'm mostly pointing at Isabel there.
Yeah.
Hajime had a moment, and then Hajime and, some of the others from the town, Atticus and his brother and Achilles here and whatnot, started the arduous process of building a ship to leave the planet. And that took you guys about a year and a half from start to finish for this. It is very much an arc situation. You're saving as many people as you can, but you know that there are people on this planet that are not going to be going with you. Most of you have invited your friends and families to come aboard this ship. They got first priority for boarding passes and whatnot. I know that was important to Verna specifically. We will touch base with her and find out just which of her family members came to be. And then you guys launched. And for the last 7 years, you have been going on space adventures. You have been mining on asteroids, trying to get your water supplies, and you've been on slightly less hospitable planets, gathering new food sources and exploring, trying to figure out, hey, can we set up a new colony here? You are not moving at light speed, but you guys are moving very fast and can zip around the solar system pretty much from end to end within about a year. So you guys can cover a whole lot of distance. So let's check in with our players. Let's start with Achilles, and just give me a rough overview of what you've done over the last 7 years.
I figure, a lot of it's helping Hajime with the bugs and problems and whatnot throughout the ship. Yelling at food because it's not the sushi, and I miss the sushi.
Actually, Commander Woodrow left you a little present in your room and installed that vending machine for you.
He kind of stares at it. I think for the first 2 weeks he doesn't use it because he doesn't trust it. He's just assuming it's going to tell him no. Mm-hmm. But I think eventually he would go and he would use the vending machine. Yeah, other than that, it's aimlessly wandering around the ship at odd hours because Achilles doesn't sleep like normal people.
Well, you each do have your own rather spacious, estate room, basically. It's complete with a bedroom, a small living room / dining area, and a very utilitarian kitchen. Most of your meals would come from the mess hall, but, you've got enough space to heat up a meal or if need be and stuff like that. You've got your own space, so to speak. For the most part, you guys have not been piloting your Blackwoods.
Sounds about right.
They've been mostly unnecessary. They're machines of war, and you guys haven't been in combat yet. At least not in a while. Hajime, how about you?
Well, for Hajime, I think at least getting off of that planet initially, the first thing he would have done would be to not decommission, but de-arm his Blackwood and put a lot of that into resources that we probably might not have been able to find on our trip. And then when he's not needed for anything, he's working in the galley because he actually likes just cooking, and he's sick and tired of doing military stuff. So when it's his time off, he's taking it cooking.
Now, you do have a fairly unique piece of equipment in your main work area. You have your own separate engineering wing, and that would be the still rather fresh body of Bunny, preserved in the same fluid and black box like material that the enemy had her in. You know, you keep saying one of these days you're going to be able to get her into, out of the ship.
Or we cook her when food's running low.
I mean, no, but hey, it's good to know you've got options. Maybe?
Well, I mean, that's an important question. Have you been making those jokes?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Probably to Hajime, because he's mentally unstable about it, and that's funny.
So, knowing that Bunny is the main artificial intelligence behind the ship, knowing that she has access to all the cameras and life support and whatnot, and navigation and all aspects of that, just keep that in mind. Anyway, Isabel, what you been doing?
Isabel needs to be doing something at all points in time, or she will go insane.
Mm-hmm.
So any of the times they've touched down on an asteroid belt, or any of their away missions, she is the first person at the door doing those exploration missions.
Okay.
And in her free time, she has organized a weekly poker night with some of the crew. She's ingratiated herself with the engineers and such who work on the ship.
All right. I mean, that sounds like a rather rewarding several years.
Yeah.
Verna, why don't you tell us about your love life?
Verna's been busy with all sorts of stuff. So over the years, over the time after the launch, she and Allenby got close. And they have been in a relationship for probably if we've done a 7-year time jump, I'm gonna say maybe 3 of these years. So it wasn't immediate, but they've been together for quite some time.
Okay.
And Verna has also been working in the farming area of the ship. So any food that's not like chemically created, anything that is actually managed to be grown in the farming sector, Verna would have had a hand in, because her family owned, back on G908, her family owned a really profitable vegetable farm, so she knows a lot about farming. So she would have been pretty present in that area of the ship. And at the time of the launch, she made sure that her mom, dad, and sisters got on board the ship as well. So they were included in the ship, and that was really super important to her. They're definitely her rock and her safe place. So yeah, she has pretty much just been doing all those normal things. Probably a lot of eating and a lot of I feel like she would have reached out to Hajime a time or two and been like, hey, you got any new recipes you want to try out? Because I'm totally game to, give it a shot and be your...
I've been eating Soylent Green for the last 6.5 years. I need something new.
I can just hear the panic call to Hajime. It's date night. I need a recipe.
All right.
Quick, get the space lobsters. All right, Waylon.
Who, me? Nothing.
That is you.
No, he's been doing a lot of work in the if there's like a hangar or a bay to work on like mechs and stuff like that, because I mean, like, he does tinker a lot, and he's from Sledge, and he was their mechanic / engineer when he was living in Sledge. So I think he would find himself, trying to make his worth by, doing repairs around the ship, helping Hajime, honestly, with stuff, as far as engineering and things goes like that. And, through that, he probably got picked up with the group that he's in now, playing poker and stuff like that in Isabel's little group. Definitely, I could see Waylon going on missions where they're looking for supplies, especially like metal and different stuff like that for the ship. Maybe not like so much as food reconnaissance, but definitely, anything with recovering ores and metals, mechanical stuff, broken parts, that sort of thing.
Okay. All right. So with that, that's a very broad overview of the last 7 years of your guys' lives here. Floating listlessly through space, just trying to survive, hoping that, wherever you land next is going to be your new home. So let's just start with a normal day, shall we? You wake up roughly 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, or what you would assume would be morning. It's kind of hard to judge the passage of time when all that you see out your windows is just the black, empty void of space. About this time, you just go about your day. You all head to work. So, how about we do this in little groups here, and we will start with Isabel and Verna, and you guys are gonna go do some farm stuff, I guess.
Girls' night.
Oh yeah.
And so you guys head down there, and you show up to work, and Verna is greeted by the familiar faces of her sisters. They're already out. Just it's not field work like you would expect. It is. Tall towers of plants being grown in rows and columns and whatnot. Not exactly dirt, but in a
dirt-like substance.
Huh?
A dirt-like substance.
Yes, like a nutrient-rich goo.
Gross.
Yeah, kinda. You're in space. Your food's not gonna be. You can't exactly grow a stalk of corn.
Not with that attitude, but I respect you.
So, what would you guys like to be doing?
Well, I guess you said we were doing our work, right? Like our farming work?
Yeah.
So Verna probably would do that for a little while. And then once that was kind of done, I feel like she'd probably want to meet up with Allenby.
Okay. Isabel, you just doing a regular day's work, or?
Yeah, I think she'd be focused on her work. Kind of food is important. We have to grow the food, or we'll all be upset. So. She considers this an important part of the ship, so she's willing to do it without having to slack off.
Oh, and I think Verna, one of the other things she would do is probably in some way we've managed to grow like a carrot, like a couple of
space corn.
Yes.
Did you say corn?
I said space corn specifically.
Space corn.
Matt Damon can do it, so can we, Damon.
Those are potatoes.
Potatoes. Mm-hmm. Yes, we need potatoes. Okay, so no, as I'm thinking through this, we've managed to grow some potatoes, and they're a lovely, lovely piece of food. And so what Verna does is actually, before she hits up Allenby, she's going to head over with her, prized 2 potatoes that she just harvested and go see Hajime. For a very specific reason. Okay. So when I don't know if you need to skip out from there or if Verna should continue this trajectory.
We will continue with that when we get to Hajime.
Yeah.
All right, Isabel, you put in a full day's work. What you gonna do now? What is your after work plan?
I think today's poker night, so she's gonna go meet up with the guys. Yeah.
All right. On your walk to the, I assume you're doing it in a lounge.
Yeah, it's one of the common areas.
All right. Why don't you roll me just a general perception check on your way?
I don't know, I'm not good at those. Actually, I'm very good at those. I forgot.
That is not my problem.
Well, give me a second.
So I'm pretty sure you have the best perception in the group.
I wasn't good at that before, but now I am. I forgot. That is a 23.
Awesome. So as you're kind of traveling down one of the outermost sections of one of these halls, you note one of the airlock doors is actually open and venting into space. The internal door is closed, but the external one is just hanging wide open.
That's not good. I have a question.
Sure.
Bunny is the ship. Bunny is all of the cameras.
Yes.
Can I talk to Bunny from any room?
You need a computer terminal, but there's one. They're fairly easy to come across. Not necessarily every room, but like if it's not in the room that you're currently standing in, it's probably in the hall directly outside of that door.
So I'm gonna go try to talk to Bunny.
Yeah. Okay.
Do I have to type into it, or does she talk?
No, yeah, you can speak directly to it.
All right, it's just like, Bunny, there's a door open. There's a door open to space. There shouldn't be. Help?
Oh, that's interesting. Can you? Was anything in it?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well, allow me to close that up. I've been having a couple of glitches lately, and I will speak to Hajime about that.
Oh God, no.
Okay. And you hear the door kind of close behind you guys. Is there anything else I can assist you with, Isabel?
I don't think so. Let's just hope you and Hajime work out whatever those glitches are. That is the mechanical parts of you are above my pay grade, I will say.
Yes, the mechanical parts of me.
Oh.
I don't disagree.
I apologize.
You go and enjoy your poker night, Isabel.
I will move the table next to one of the terminals if you want to play.
Oh.
That is okay. That is not the kind of activity that I partake in anymore.
Okay.
This is giving heavy HAL 9000 vibes, man.
I will, I'll talk to you later. And she will start walking away much faster than she should.
Oh.
I will be seeing you soon.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
That makes me queasy.
I'm uncomfortable.
Anyway, let's check in with Achilles, because you're not much for the group activities. What you doing? Like, we're going to start your morning off at 7 or 8 or whatever time you decide to roll out of your bunk bed. You will note specifically in your bedroom, you have the vending machine directly below your bunk bed. There is no bottom bunk.
Oh, just vending
because
machine.
Commander Woodrow thought it was funny to put that in there for you.
I like how we also have like estate rooms, and I still have a bunk bed.
I specifically said no bunk beds, but here we are.
I'd file a grievance, but nobody's listening. I'll probably wake up at like 8 a.m. Or what passes for 8 a.m.
Okay. What sort of daily job do you see Achilles dealing with on a regular basis?
Well, probably, I mean, arguably whatever Hajime needs help with first, and then probably down in engineering, really.
Okay.
I would say either engineering or I guess whatever you would refer to like the server room as.
Okay. Yeah, no, engineering works. Yeah. So, you have your breakfast. You go into like a mess hall? You going to argue with this machine?
No, I'm going to argue with the machine.
Yeah.
And then I'll also grab I don't know, some sort of like breakfast burrito out of the machine, because I'm going to go down to engineering today. So I'll drop a breakfast burrito off to Wayland.
So as you attempt to get a burrito out of your machine, it reads insufficient funds in commissary account.
I knew he'd do this to me.
You see your on the little touchpad, there is the icon that's just a little rabbit head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to unplug it from the network so that way I can use it however I see fit.
Okay. You disconnect and the machine goes blank. Looks like you have access to things.
Cool. All right, so I'll try to dial up a burrito again.
Cool. A chicken sandwich pops out.
All right, I'll shut the machine down, and I'll send a note to maintenance to just huck it out the airlock. And then I'm going down to engineering.
Message he sent to the last 4 days to get this thing hucked up the
They have
airlock.
extras in storage. I'll put it back.
Oh, he'll drag it himself if he has to.
Right,
he is after this amount of time on the ship. Achilles is numb to any of Bunny's bullshit, so he's just going to go down to engineering because, much like Hajime, he also controls parts of the ship.
as you make your way down, you get in one of the central lifts designed solely for, or designated solely for, like crew, as opposed to, like, the civilians that also have residency on this ship.
Right.
And you are dropping roughly 15 floors. And about halfway down, you start to float.
That doesn't seem correct.
I'm going to need an acrobatics from you.
Oh, my.
24.
24. Okay, cool. So you managed to, like... Oh, what's a good way to... You managed to Tom Cruise yourself around this...
Yeah, that sounds correct.
Yeah. So you managed to Tom Cruise yourself around this this elevator compartment?
Car, I guess, is technically the word for it.
Yeah. All right. So... Yeah, so in this...
I'm glad you did this to him, because I'm afraid of elevators.
It's not my problem. I am the DM. I will put you through hell. Anyway, so you are floating in this compartment. It doesn't register that you're dropping anymore. You're just kind of hanging out in 0G.
I'll reach out to Hajime.
As you try to make contact, you can't really. Your interpersonal communications don't go so well through these walls. You do have the main computer screen, again with the little bunny icon on it. Couple of select your locations. You've got an emergency phone call kind of device there.
Yeah, I'll use the computer and see if I can ping Hajime's terminal.
Sure. Why don't you roll me? I don't even know what to have you roll for that. Interpersonal skills. Roll interpersonal skills.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Give me a second.
Personal skills?
How about
persuasion?
No, like communication skills. Let's just go with like.
Well, like, what exactly is this
you can,
for? Is this to get the message out?
To try to get a hold of Hajime while like falling through space.
Were we doing arcane for that, for technology stuff?
Yeah, that's Arcana, but I was thinking more. How about survival? Just because you're trying to do this while floating.
I guess.
Yeah.
Doesn't take gravity to type, but I'll go with it. 21.
No, but you keep pushing yourself off the wall trying to type.
That's not how that works, but all right.
I don't know how gravity works.
I don't know either, and they made me make a freaking gravity generator.
That's why I'm
floating.
Wait, you guys believe in gravity? Hang on.
Chump.
Oh, God, Waylon's a flat earther.
No. He's a flat G908er.
I could not play a flat earther. Sorry.
All right, so you managed to get a hold of Hajime, and you are now. He is now coming through the speakers in the thing, and you're able to talk to him freely.
All right. Hey, buddy.
Tuesdays. Applesauce.
How am I awake before you, first of all? Second of all, I'm stuck in an elevator and the gravity's off.
Why'd you turn the gravity off?
I swear to God, I'm going to shit in your pillowcase. Can you help me or not?
Yeah, hold on. Let me... Oh, God, you are so loud. Oh, no, all the speakers are going, that's why. All right, let me see if I can fix this. And Hajime will sit down in his personal terminal and start doing diagnostic-y stuff.
As he's just floating through the elevator, he's like, we'll see if we can fix this. I am in an elevator.
So while you're communicating with Hajime, the elevator music is still going, and it is never going to give you up. But an instrumental version.
Oof.
Because at this point, that would be classical music that would play in an elevator.
God awful.
All right, what do you want me to roll?
Why don't you roll Arcana, try to hack into this thing.
Alrighty then.
And for those of you just joining us for Season 2, Arcana we have replaced as a general tech skill.
And also, where have you been? We're in Season 2.
That's true. Go back and listen to Season 1, kids. You won't regret it.
That too. Alright, out the gate, at 20 for 28.
Alright, so you managed to hack in here, and you see that pretty much all power to the elevator's artificial gravity and atmosphere generator is severed.
Command function wise or physically?
Yes, nothing is going through. So it could just be some bad programming, or there could physically be a problem with one of the connections.
Oh, I knew we should have went with C+ instead of Java. All right, I'll fix it. I will attempt to bypass.
All right.
Or patch it or recode it.
Yeah. Go with your tech skill again.
Sure.
Just to see if you can go ahead and do that.
Oh my god.
Let's go, another 28.
Wow.
Nice.
This is my baby. I fucking know what to do.
So you manage to restore power. Achilles, you get a breath of fresh air, and up until this point, you didn't realize that the air was slowly becoming stale.
Could be
And I'm
worse.
going to need an acrobatics check from you, my friend.
Yeah. Yeets. 16.
All right, you land a little rough, but
Yeah.
as the gravity kicks back on, you land on all
Yeah, I think
fours.
over the intercom, Hajime just hears, "Huh!" as he drops from, like, the ceiling of the elevator.
Oh, sorry.
Nope, we're good.
Didn't
good.
give you a warning. My bad.
Is the elevator moving again?
Yes, the elevator is moving again, and you feel like it's moving slightly faster than usual. Not concerningly so. Just it seems to be running at peak.
Please hold
performance.
while I get to the bottom alive, and then you can go back to whatever you were
Yeah,
doing.
you want me to call medical?
No, I'm good.
All right, good.
Meanwhile, it's just never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.
Oh, the irony.
So on the little computer screen, you see the bunny. You roll perception.
Surely. 23.
Cool. For just a split second, you swear you saw the bunny icon flash red, and then back to normal. But you're not entirely sure if it was long enough, if it actually happened, or if like you were just resetting from the fall.
Yep, we're gonna choose to activate blissful ignorance, and I'm gonna continue my way to engineering and let Hajime know to run a systems check because that was a little funky.
Cool. You hit the bottom of the elevator shaft here. It opens up. Everything in front of you seems pretty good. There's no warning lights, nothing like that in your little workstation down here. One of your interns, a bubbly redhead, no relation to Bunny. This is like just the random red-haired woman. She greets you. Morning, Dr. Achilles. How you doing?
Doctor, that's weird. Okay. Yeah, fine. What's
For the record, you do not have a doctorate. You just insisted that everybody call you this on a drunken night when you first put together this crew.
Nope, that tracks. Call me doctor, or
and
else.
have not decided to correct anybody.
Yeah, I'll be like, all right. Anything particular on the agenda today?
No. We've been having some issues with some external door locks. We got another request from whoever is staying in Unit 47B about removing a refrigerator.
That is quite literally my room.
Oh, why wouldn't you flag that as important and not send it to your department?
Because I don't know how the request system works.
Okay. Well, anyway.
I'm not a doctor of requests.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor of the request system. I'm not even the other kind.
That's about it.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, we're kind of running low on some fuel here, so we're gonna have to make a stop soon and try to harvest some more hydrogen to get that up and running. But
all right. Well,
yeah.
Send word to the bridge to start scanning for stars or gas giants that we can pull hydrogen from, and then I guess I'll start looking through the programming for the doors.
sure. How about Arcana?
I can do that. Yeet. Okay. That rolled from a nat 20 to an 8, but it's still 16.
All right. You find just standard deviations in the code that have probably popped up over the last couple of years. Just one thing being off
All right,
timing wise.
could be worse. All right. Nothing like nuts.
Nothing seems malicious.
Cool. That's really the big thing.
Then let's bring us over to. We did that. Waylon.
Oh, all right. Well, Waylon is definitely a creature of habit, so he's gonna get up probably about 5 a.m. or so. Put on his overalls or whatever and head down to the mess hall. He'll get his steak and eggs for breakfast like he always does, and he'll head down to the probably the not engineering room, but I'd say like there was like a general workshop, like a garage or whatever. And
yes. Before you do that, why don't you roll a set of percentiles for me, please?
Sure, I'd love to. I can do that. Okay. I got a 16.
Oh, cool. All right. So as you are leaving breakfast and heading towards your towards one of the main hangar bays to do some work. You notice 3 burly men dragging a vending machine out of crew quarters towards an airlock.
Nice.
Well, if I'm being honest, Waylon probably just look over and shrug. That's different. And he'd probably light up a cigar at this point because he's heading to work.
You get a red flashing light overhead. No
right.
smoking in the
That's
hallway.
what Lounge 11 is for.
That's right. That's right. I forgot. 7 years. I still don't forget we're not on the same planet.
Yeah. I mean, you are in space. You can smoke in the hangars.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's all good. So as these guys load this thing into the airlock, it opens, shoots the vending machine out into space, and the hangar closes, or the outside door closes. These guys walk away, and then it pops back open. But you don't notice any of that because you have decided to keep moving. So you make it down to the hangar, and there's a couple of ships.
All right.
A few wheeled vehicles, mostly spacefaring. Like these would be landing equipment that they would load into a larger ship and take down planet side.
Yep.
It's a very large open space. The walls are gray. The support structures are like black. There's harsh overhead lights. Everything is incredibly lit up. Each one has like its own little workstation. So you head over to yours, and you're met with like a list of tasks, just some everyday maintenance on one of the crawlers.
Oh, one other thing that Waylon does every day when he checks into work, he jumps on the terminal and he always shoots a message to Bunny. Just says, "Hey, good morning. I'm getting into work. Let me know if you need anything." And then he just goes about his business. It's just like one of his things that he does every day.
Aww.
Or as he starts to work.
Good morning, Waylon. How are you doing today?
Oh, just the usual. We're doing.
Yeah, I understand. The monotony of doing the same thing every day will get to you after a while.
Yep. How are you?
Well, I am okay. If I am to be honest, a little bit drafty.
Drafty.
That is the closest sensation that I can put to the way that I don't want to say feel, but the way that I feel at the moment.
Oh, could I infer, like, I mean, he talks to her every morning. Could he infer that is a different response than what he's used to?
Roll at disadvantage.
Okay. Insight? Oh, how about a 0? 1 plus... Oh, no.
No, you're good. You got a 6, a gentleman's 6.
You don't really notice anything different in the way that she answers this question.
All right. Then I'll respond. I guess I'll respond with, if there's anything we can do to help you with that, let me know. I got some work to do, but I can always shuffle stuff around if you got something that needs done.
Just what I've been asking Hajime for the last 8 years.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, it's hard to be warm when you're a giant hunk of metal floating through the cold vacuum of space.
Yeah, that's fair. Hopefully he's close to a breakthrough sometime.
Excuse me, there seems to be an issue with an elevator, and you just hear her ping.
Oh, sure. All right. Well, I guess I'll grab my tool bag and get to work.
All right. Why don't you just give me a general skills check here? How about just give me your Arcana check. We're using that for general tech-based stuff here, just to see if you're helping or hindering this repair process.
Oh, no, nat 20 minus 2. 18.
All right, cool. Yeah, you, -2. What is your...
Well, it's...
His int's not great without the headband.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, you managed to get everything.
Sweet.
You reinflate the tire, and you're checking the spark plugs and all that kind of stuff. You note there seems to be a slight pressure leak from one of the oxygen supply tanks in the far side of the room.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, is that something you wanted to go try to deal with?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, that'd probably be a normal thing on my list, probably, right? I mean...
Yeah, it's just, just stuff that, typically gets dealt with for all these, heading out kind of ships.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. Arcana?
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing too bad. It's a fairly standard leak, just probably replacing a valve or a gasket or something along those lines.
All right, well, I'll give it a go here.
Fuck, the DC was a 10, Chris.
Yeah, well...
You don't seem to have the part in stock for this, but you'll put a request into maintenance, and they'll have one sent up to you here in a little bit.
Sure. All right, I'll tag it and mark it.
I'm real proud of you there.
Look, man, he's nothing without his headband.
We'll connect you to it sooner or later, buddy.
All right, then that brings us to Hajime. You are awoken by a phone call from an elevator. You go through all that stuff, you hack in, and the camera over your right shoulder finally kicks in. Seems to, it's on like a little gimbal, and it kind of moves around the room, kind of following you where you're working. You have William. I'm sorry. Yeah, you have William kind of hanging out there in the lab with you. You have 3 lab assistants, Fred, George, and you've never quite gotten that third person's name for some reason. Yeah, working with him 7 years, it just the name doesn't register whenever they tell it to you.
That's the weirdest thing. That's fine. I'm pretty sure all of them are used to me going you and pointing, and whoever's the closest to the finger point gets Hajime's attention, because Hajime has been real frazzled trying to make sure that all of his calculations for a spaceship he made up on the fly works, B, go through and do in-depth maintenance for things that he really couldn't teach anybody to do except for Achilles, and Achilles usually gets stuck in things, so...
Your ship has it out for me.
The ship has it out for us.
In the corner of the room, there is a large glowing blue container. Very, very high tech. It's got the support structures and tubes running from it, a viscous neon blue kind of liquid in it, and, bunny floating on the inside. There is a screen with a digital copy of like a bunny AI bot almost, on the screen. And, when Bunny talks, that's the face moves and stuff like that. Morning, Hajime. How are you?
Losing my mind, as per the usual, so it's a good thing to know that everything is happening as it should.
I understand. I, too, lost something. Any progress made today?
Let's look. I let the thing run overnight to see if it could crack any of this coding, and I'll go over to the terminals hooked up to the bunny box to see if my attempts are successful or not at least cracking the code.
Well, everyone, thanks for joining us here for the first episode of Season 2 of Mechanical Reign. Stay tuned to the next episode to find out if Hajime's efforts are in vain or whether they will be a success and finally get Bunny back into some form of a body. Thanks again for joining us. If you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button. We always appreciate the support, and we'd love to hear from you down in the comments. Thank you again for joining us, and we will see you next week on Mechanical Reign.
Wait, you guys believe in gravity? Hang on.